So we are back again with another video, and today we are going to be talking about Daniel Ike, and we are going to be talking about his potential takeover, more news on his takeover, and basically what's next, because today it was revealed, whenever you're watching this, it was revealed that he is going to be plotting a bid for Arsenal along with three legends, and it could be a fourth player as well involved. And those players include Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry, and Dennis Bergkamp, and Matteo Flamini could be a fourth option in there as well. Now, it's a very interesting one because Daniel Ike, or Daniel Ek, I'm not sure how you pronounce this geezer's name, but he did come out around the weekend when obviously all the Super League stuff was going on, reports of different clubs selling and, all this kind of stuff. And he come out and said that you'd be willing to put his hat into the ring if KSC were willing to sell. Now, a lot of reports have been circulating around KSC and how much would they be willing to sell Arsenal for. Now, the reports I have seen are suggesting that Arsenal, KSC could sell Arsenal for in the region of around £2 billion, and that's what Forbes estimate Arsenal to be worth, just over £2 billion. Now, this guy, Daniel Ike, his net worth is about £4 billion. Now, the net worths of these four players that have been linked, three legends and Matteo Flamini, their net worth equates to about £150 million. That's not a lot of money. So, add those together, it's still about 4 billion, isn't it? And Arsenal going to be worth about 2 billion. So, is Daniel Ike going to spend about half of his net worth buying Arsenal? It sounds a bit dodgy to me, and there's a lot of reasons for that. That's one of the reasons. And the second reason is Josh Kroenke did come out the other day and say he has no intention, or KSC have no intention of selling Arsenal. Now, obviously, we talked about the Super League and how that could affect, Stan Kroenke and, whether he could sell, whether he won't sell. For me, I think there is a chance he could sell because the main reason he came into Arsenal was for the Super League, so he could create that big revenue with the Super League, which is why he financed our stadium, which is why these talks for the Super League have been going on for so long, and Stan Kroenke has been involved in this. And I think this is one of the reasons why he wanted to buy the club, and he could be willing to sell the club for the same reason, the reason why Super League didn't work. And with all the fan noise that has been going around, I'm not saying that's the leading issue, but in terms of the value of Arsenal, it is going down. It's on the bottom trajectory. So maybe Kroenke is thinking maybe this is the best time to sign Arsenal, get Arsenal in, because Stan Kroenke did buy off Alisher Usmanov's shares about 2-3 years ago, and that was about 300-400 million pounds. And that was the worth of the club was a bit less back then, but now the worth of the club is about two and a bit billion pounds. The big question is, can Daniel Ike and these legends afford to sign Arsenal? Is it realistic? Which is why I'm here to talk to you about what is next. What are the next steps to this now? For me, personally, it's going to be very interesting to see how this does pan out over the next few weeks, because a lot of reports, because this was first reported by Matt Law, and then Sky jumped on it, ITV jumped on it, a load of other journalists jumped on it. This story about Daniel Ike and three of the legends and possibly Matteo Flamini putting in an official bid in the next few days or the next few weeks for Arsenal Football Club from Stan Kroenke. Now, for me, I'm going to take this with a pinch of salt, only because Daniel Ike, he has a net worth of 4 billion. It will be 4.15. Still doesn't really make a lot of difference if you look at it in the whole big scale of things. And then you have Arsenal's worth, which is about 2 and a bit billion. Let's just say 2 billion, and let's say his net worth is 4 billion. Is he really gonna spend about half of his net worth signing Arsenal? For me, not really. I think what would make more sense is get Dangote and Eke involved. Then it would make more sense. But for me right now, it doesn't add up for me. And this is why I'll take this with a pinch of salt. And then let's see how this one pans out. How much are Daniel Eke and these legends going to bid for Arsenal? How much is it going to be? Is it going to be 1.5? Is it going to be 1.6? Because a lot of reports are saying KSC don't want to sell. Other reports are saying KSC could be tempted by an offer of about 2 billion quid. Now, even the word tempted is a bit ambiguous. What does tempted mean? Are they going to consider it? Are they going to say yes to it? What are they going to say to it? It's a very interesting situation for me because Daniel Eke is, is he that interested in signing Arsenal? Because he hasn't really shown an interest in the past. This has just come along. Maybe it's been in the pipeline for a long time. We don't know, but it will be very interesting to see how this one pans out. But the thing is, Daniel Eke, he is the owner of Spotify. I will be doing a background video on Daniel Eke, so watch out for that. But he only owns 9% a stake in Spotify. Spotify is worth about 54 billion, and he's only got a £9 million stake in it, 9% stake in it. So do the maths there. It's not all of Spotify. He doesn't own Spotify. He's a co-founder of Spotify. So I think that's a big thing to remember right now. And most of his fortune has come out of Spotify. Can he afford to run Arsenal? Because that's the main question for me. Because the thing is, so people cuss Stan Kroenke because he's on this self-sufficient model, and he obviously doesn't care. But the main thing is, I think a key reason is he's running on this self-sufficient model, which means he ain't putting money into the club for us, for our operating costs, for our player signings, for this and that. He's not doing that. All he's done is paid off our stadium, and that's been going on for ages now. So that's all he's done, really, if you want to count that, if you don't want to count that. But 100% of Arsenal's operating and everything hasn't been financed by the owners. It's all self-sufficient, and Arsenal are the only Premier League club to be 100% self-sufficient. So are these Daniel Eke and these legends going to come in and pump millions and millions and millions into the club? For me personally, no. Because firstly, if Daniel Eke and these legends somehow pull off the deal to get Arsenal, they're not going to have loads and loads of money extra to go and then pump 100, 200 million quid into player signings or operating costs, so we can use the money we would use for operating costs on player signings. So for me, it doesn't make a load of sense. But again, we'll just have to see how this one pans out. Is the story true? A lot of people have jumped on this story, as I said. Sky, ITV, Matt Law first reported. Is Matt Law even that reliable? I can't tell you. I don't know what he's called recently. Fabrizio Romano hasn't really said anything of it yet. But for you guys, just to look out for it with Daniel Eke, is a bid is set to come in. It has been going to be launched. Is it going to be considered by KSE? Is anything going to happen with this? Is there any substance to this? It's very, very ambiguous, and it remains to be seen what happens with this one. But it's something to look out for, because maybe Dangote comes out of nowhere and makes a bid. You never know. Maybe some Middle Eastern owners who are looking to buy football clubs, and this is probably the best time to do so with all the Super League drama. So will any of them make a bid? There is a possibility. You can't rule it out completely. But that is the end of this video. Daniel Eke has made a bid alongside 3 legends of the club. Very interesting to see what happens with this one. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.